Hello everyone, this is Godzilla Wolf 1 and I am back with another live stream, and today we will be starting Dishonored. This is a game that I've heard a good deal about, but never really had the chance to play. Apparently there is an option to do a mostly pacifist run, despite apparently this game being about I think you're like a person on a rampage of revenge against a certain person or something. I've never seen much about this game except I've heard it's good. That's the extent of my knowledge about this. Let me see. Yeah, I've seen a few outside Xbox Let's Plays a while ago, or outside extra, whatever you call it. All I know is, I don't know anything about the story. I've just seen a few times where they did things their own way, one of which involved, like they always have one of those guys who does things super sneaky, as pacifistic as possible, and then the other guy who's basically like, I think one of the descriptions called him as a called him something like a whirling tornado of clumsy murder or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember it being funny. That's a good YouTube channel. Go if you haven't watched them. Go. I would highly recommend them. They're very entertaining. Let me see. So we will begin 5 after. So I have absolutely no idea what exactly I'm going to what this game is about, except that you have the option of doing a pacifist-ish run. Like it's it's kind of, I won't say Metal Gear levels of pacifist run. That's another. I'd like to play a Metal Gear game. I would like to stream a Metal Gear game. The problem is that would require giving Konami money. And that is something I absolutely refuse to do because of moral standards. Yeah, I don't like Konami. I don't. Hey, Holy Cross. No, I don't have Dishonored 2. I want to see if I like Dishonored 1 first. I considered doing... what's it called? I considered getting Angels with Scaly Wings and doing that one, because I adore that game. And it's definitely on the block for me to do in the future. It's just... feels like something I should wait for, because there is a sequel coming up, and it feels like that's something you would want to do in the lead up to the sequel. Yeah. So I just decided to do this. I got, and this is the definitive edition, so this has all of the material that it comes with. Which is always great, a nice thing to have. That's the thing with DLC, I don't buy it unless I'm really invested in the game, because eventually they'll do this, where they release a definitive edition with all of the... you know, all of the stuff. So that's one thing I do. Anyway, let us get started. Okay, let's look at options. Auto, I don't know what that is. Okay, we'll try normal difficulty. I'm gonna turn head bob off because that seems like a good way to get everyone nauseous. Do like all of the different options you have. Okay. Yeah, and as you can see, I have all 3 of the DLCs. So that's good. Okay, we'll obviously go with normal. Hi XX, glad you could make it. Yeah, I turned off the head bob because that's a good way to get someone in the audience has motion sickness, so I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Okay, that looks about right from where I'm sitting. Okay, now I don't know what to expect. I do know this is an M-rated game, so warnings ahead of time. Though, also warning ahead of time, not a fan of realistic style graphics because they always look unrealistic and uncanny valley in a few years. I can agree with that.
If only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else. And the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you.
Bethesda.
The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace.
Alright, this is kind of like taking place during the Black Plague or something.
Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
Okay, so it was a letter from, I guess, the character's wife. Okay. Wrenhaven River. Okay.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it.
Okay, so Skyrim style opening where I'm in the back of something and have control over my head, but nothing else.
Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Superstition. For all
I have a feeling I'm going to be in multiple places of this.
Maybe. We live in strange times.
Like, I have a feeling I'm going around places I'm going to end up in at later points in the game.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague.
Okay, rat infestation, plague. Yeah, kind of the obvious Black Plague relation there.
Oh, there! We're going up.
So do I have character customization options, or is this just this character?
Turning on the pipes. And she's rising. Home at last.
Okay, this actually looks cool.
Pressure.
Getting a steampunk vibe from this place.
Shut her down. The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
Okay.
It's been good traveling with you, Corvo.
You know what to do next time?
Welcome back, Lord Protector.
Lord Protector. That's a title I seem to I remember.
Hello, sir.
And that's a historical title. I just can't remember the reasoning. I guess this is my
trip,
daughter.
please?
Okay.
Are there any whales? Wait, let's play hide and seek first.
I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
The good person in me wants to do that. You know what, screw it, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Run with me! While you were gone, Mother seemed very sad. I think she missed you. Follow me, Corvo.
Man who took over from the corrupt parliament.
Come on!
Oh, hey, Paul.
Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Find a place to hide. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come.
Man, first-person games. James took many chances to get shot in the back.
Let's see about here.
After Lord Protector was the title that had been used in British constitutional law for the head of state.
You win. We should go now, so Mother can see you too. Woo. Later, will you give me more climbing lessons? Someday I'm going to climb up to the rooftop.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
Hello.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been.
They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid.
A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
She'll see you at once.
Indeed, I believe
Cromwell.
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Corvo. 2 days
Console Club, the painter is voiced by... Oh, Mojo Jojo. Okay, is there a way to put on subtitles? Let's see... Subtitle mode. There we go.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me.
Follow me, Captain.
What news have you brought?
We should leave them alone.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point.
Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here!
Oh, shoot. Okay, attack with your right hand or attack in your left hand if you have a weapon or power equipped.
Emily, get behind me! Look out! Another one!
Okay, this is a situation I don't think we could have resolved
Corvo,
peacefully.
thank you. If you hadn't been here...
No more! Not again! Mommy! No! Get away from her!
Okay, I can't do anything.
Mommy! Get away!
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her.
I probably could have.
only one
Like, I was in a panic. I didn't know
what to
how to. Was there a way to
Won't you?
knock those guys out rather than kill them?
Corvo.
There probably was, but.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes,
Hey, look,
he's
it
killed
wasn't
the
me.
Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Take him.
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out because I could have sworn there was probably a way to do that. Peacefully. Okay, so we've been framed for a crime we did not commit. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that, so it's... Okay, so looks like we were framed for a crime we did not commit and now have to figure our way out.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
And we are branded with a hot iron. That's not good.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak. And that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo.
Yep, so basically we're in one of the...
Take it back to his cell.
Okay, so this is a clear your name story.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Who we are is irrelevant, right, Corvo? Who we are is irrelevant right now. You just know we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison interrogator's room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison's guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. Good luck. You'll need it for what's to come. Okay.
Seen anybody with signs of the sickness? Blow off.
Oh, I can hide under tables and stuff. Okay.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow. It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily. So it's an occasion? Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Let me out! I've got 3 days before they cut my head off.
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the law.
He's gotta get. I heard you got eaten alive at
Must
cards.
be scheduled
Such
in
a
advance
chopper.
with 1 week's notice.
Okay, so... Oh. Okay, a sword in hand, assassinate an enemy from behind, and hold R1 to perform a non-lethal takedown. Non-lethal approach has benefits fewer rats and weepers. Some people act favorably, and the final outcome is not as dark. Okay. Okay, did it say R1 or R... Which was the non-lethal takedown? It was, let's see, R1, I think.
Stupid cut.
Okay, well, the easiest way to deal with this.
Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved.
There's an open jail cell right there. It's just asking for me to...
Right. Another patrol with you.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to leave.
Fucking longer do I have to fuck?
Huh? Who's that?
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance
Okay.
unless accompanied by an officer of the law. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Okay, is there any way to knock him out once I've already started a fight?
Take out his legs.
Actually, no. You know what? I have an idea.
Watch it.
Okay, that idea did not work.
No trouble.
That did not work. Yeah, I figured. Okay, I knew I did something wrong, but... Okay. Well, that one guy was easy to take out.
How come so many people are coming to the execution tomorrow?
Okay, wait for him to leave.
The one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfight.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Okay. Can't lock that door.
This is ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Just die!
Really? Oh, you know what? Okay.
Stories about the way he fights. We need to handle this ourselves before it gets to the captain.
Fall apart. We'll get it.
Okay, yeah, this situation's not gonna be...
Someone help me out! Dump you in the river! You gotta bleed! Get him! Eyes sharp. Fall down!
Okay, how did they slash me through the door? Oh well. Like, I closed the door. How do they keep slashing me through it? Of course, in real life, a chokehold is gonna likely result in brain damage. Yeah, but, you know... They need in games, they need an easy way for you to be able to take people out. Now, I could win it. I want to do this as stealthily as possible. I just need to figure out the mechanics of how stealth actually works in this game fully. Okay. Need to be a bit more cautious is what I need to do.
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfight.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
You can't... Why is there no way to close this door and just lock the guy in?
See any more big rat swarms?
Shut up.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was what I'd have to do. Video game guards are not very observant.
will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event.
There we go.
Dignitaries only.
You are not very observant, given both your buddies have disappeared, and you do not seem to be aware of that fact.
Ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Okay, there we go. Probably did not have to do it to all three of them, but why take chances? Now I can actually explore this room now that no one is here.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Oh, stupid goddamn dumb son of
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice. Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Yeah, I prefer to hide people where people are not going to instantly find them. I mean, obviously I'm not hiding them in the most obvious spots, but in the best spots, but whatever.
solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
See. Of course he has a picture of himself. Corvo Atano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of the utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves, follow their orders without hesitation, and keep the torturer under control. If Corvo dies in his hands instead of getting a public execution the Lord Regent wants, it will be your head that rolls next. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, not much to say about this week's D&D session I had. Like, we mainly just fought some enemies, and I did get to kill, to take out... Okay, yeah, that's actually useful. Did get to take out, some enemies with Tidal Wave. Excerpt from a book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject surreptitiously in order to determine whether the inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn, and must begin the march to the outskirts of the city. There the children go under ritual preparation for evaluation until the last night of the month of rain, when they will make a pilgrimage to White Cliff. During an elaborate ceremony is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. Okay, I'm going to still try to avoid as much death as possible, but it sounds like these guys are not good people. Okay, so... Let's see. But yeah, basically, yeah, that was the most that happened, is I killed... Okay, can't open that door.
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
Okay, gonna have to isolate one of those two, probably.
I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday. Forget it. Just do your rounds. The report's trouble for both of us. I'm moving.
Okay, are one of you gonna...
Bug someone else.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
by your ration of elixir from today?
Please, not now.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escorts through the solitary wing must be scheduled
everything
in
has to be
advance,
set up today.
with 1 week's notice.
I can't wait to see his handbook. Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress.
Stupid goddamn Dublin son stupid goddamn Dublin son
This should not work, but it does.
You should bathe. I can smell you from here.
Shut up.
I have not taken any damage yet, which is honestly kind of cool.
Gotcha now. Take out his legs.
Well, okay, we're going to... Hey, you guys might want to run. Okay, did I die? I think I died. Okay. That was going very well, and then suddenly it wasn't. But yeah, basically this, we fought some enemies, we did a shop search. One big thing happened, and that is that one of our, party members decided to buy a bunch of oil to try to dump it down a dungeon and light it on fire. Oh, okay, that's convenient. Come on.
Don't let it get to the water.
Does that count as me killing that guy? Like, does that count as a death? I don't know if that counts as a death, because he just... I survived that explosion, so logistically he would have survived the explosion. And does that count as a kill on me if he died in the explosion? Because I was just trying to hold him off until the explosion went off, and then I ran and jumped. Okay.
Use some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who'd know how to do that?
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Could be some down here by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-1 in the practice yard. In a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
Okay. Okay then, avoid rats. Avoid the rats. Like that is a good plan. Avoid the rats. I mean, that's somewhat realistic. In real life, that is something you definitely want to avoid. I mean, that is accurate to real life in some regard. You don't want to mess with swarms of rats. Might be a good idea to carry one of those with me in case I need to distract a swarm of rats. Sorry, dude. Or I might just put your corpse in a place that's a little more protected. But yeah, morbid, I know.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies into carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague, do you?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
Okay, this is horrifying in many, many ways. Okay, do they see that corpse? Good. So I'm going to run while they're doing that. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but I'm not, at least I didn't get...
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne.
I do not want to get eaten alive by rats. That's one of my least preferable ways to die, is being eaten alive. Okay, that is clearly a bomb. I'm gonna tripwire. I'm gonna have to find another way through if I want to get over there. Greetings, Corvo. Should I say Lord Protector, as you are known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists. One day, maybe when I'm back from vacation, show you the Thief game. The Dishonored games are clear homage to Thief. Okay, that's cool. Loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you the finest materials of the Isle, and meet with our man Samuel near where these tunnels spin off into Renhaven River. In all haste and luck, we share a common purpose. Okay, so special equipment. Crossbow, okay. And a collapsible sword, okay. Okay, hold L to open the quick access wheel. Select the gadget power you want to equip in the left hand to confirm. Assign hotkeys to weapons. Okay. Sleep darts. Okay, that sounds good to me. Okay, anything else in here? Okay, now I know there's something over here I could... Yeah, I see. So now I have the option to use sleep darts. Yeah, I figured I'm gonna try to escape more often than not. Ah yes, the classic video game trope of you can regenerate by eating. Incendiary bolt. I take it that was what that tripwire was for? Nope, that was what the tripwire was for. I got 2 of those, I might as well. I am remarkably durable, given I just shrugged off a point-blank explosion to the face. You could do that in Thief 2, but it healed so little health that it generally wasn't worth it. Yeah. Oh, back to the D&D story. Basically, one member of my party... Okay, so that's what I need to do. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? Once you're shared, just you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. You need to find a... But yeah, basically, while we were in town because we realized, hey, we shouldn't go in this very dangerous dungeon that we're likely going to be in for a very, very long time without supplies. So we went back to town to get supplies, and well, 2 of us got rational supplies, mainly stuff for, you know, allowing the party to not die. And even the player that did this admits that it's crazy. Basically got a bunch of, like, gallons of oil and decided to try to dump it down a hole in the dungeon and light the dungeon on fire. Then the artificer on the team decided... Then the team artificer decided, hey, I'm going to one-up that. I'm going to make me a distillery to turn that into gas. So the DM was like, well, you can try, but it's going to be a very high roll. I'm going to need a nat, you know. He got a nat 20. The character's female, but the artificer, the player's male. He got a nat 20. So we have a distillery that's making gasoline in Dungeons & Dragons that we're planning to use as a weapon. Yeah. Word to DMs. Be very wary the things you tell the players they can try if they get a high enough roll. Because inevitably one of them is going to just get a nat 20 and... do something insane. But our DM was very chill about that. Okay, there you are. Where is your buddy? Are you isolated? Okay, okay, I don't want to do that because I don't want to. I'm trying to go for as merciful as a run as possible. Where's the other guy? That's the only reason I've not jumped down there yet. So yeah, that's the thing we're doing. My character was not on board with that plan, but it's the plan. It's part of the plan now. Come on, turn around. Okay, there we go. Now, we'll also eat your lunch.
Huh?
Okay, he does not see me.
Outsider's eyes, I'm getting spooked. Ha! You little bastard.
Okay, there's 3 of them. That...
What was that? Something weird going on. Maybe wind or something.
See something? To arm!
Okay, managed to avoid death there. That's good.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
I think I lost them, but... well, that's horrifying.
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people.
Made it through that without having to kill anyone.
They said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Okay. Okay, yeah, hostiles killed 1. So, just the one that died, that happened, okay. But yeah, that is just a thing that that happens in D&D when someone has a crazy idea and rolls an at 20.
This is the Hound Pit's pub, closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. I'll take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Only the plague had a 95% survival rate. Samuel, the boatman, has smuggled you across the river from Gold Ridge Prison. He works for an underground movement opposed to the illegal reign of the Lord Regent and has brought you to meet the members of the organization. Okay. So the Lord Regent seems to be the big bad.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. We've found our man. Even after 6 months in Cold Ridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The
Oops.
man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pit's pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny.
Okay, so La
and restoring the throne.
Resistance.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
This place is pretty much your hub. You'll
Piero's
come back
much
here after every
larger.
mission. There's also money
He's going to be crafting the gear
and other
we need.
stuff you'll learn
Go
about
talk to him and then
soon.
get some sleep.
To be found
talk
if you
more when
explore
you're
the
rested.
place. Okay.
Increase. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
So we're trying to stop a tyrannical dictator.
Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown. Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can. You don't know what it means to work with a man who stood at the Empress's right hand. We can't bring her back, but at least we have the man she trusted most. And maybe we can help you right some of the wrongs done to you. This bar is mine, but please, treat it as your home.
Okay, XX, if those are jokes relating to the current pandemic, please don't make them. I try not to have stuff like that on the stream.
Piero still wants
just a little warning ahead of time.
He's not a diplomat, but he's a brilliant man.
sorry, just remember I try to do a no politics thing here, so please don't, please. Oh, I know, I'm just exploring a little bit. I mean, it's a Bethesda game. Since when does the primary... there's very few times the primary objective is... Yeah.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted
Better, it's an Arkham Studios game. Exploration is the name of the game.
I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him. I don't need to tell you, if the authorities investigated this place, we would be hard-pressed to explain ourselves. We brought a few trifles over from Pendleton Manor. A touch of home in these trying times.
Okay.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation...
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral. I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it? I used to be the hostess here. Oh, I could tell you stories about that, believe me.
Okay, and I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, far from the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way, and to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our home in the far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling the hearts with strangeness and doubt. Okay, this outsider keeps getting mentioned, but I don't know who. No one's actually gone into detail about who it is yet. The way they talk about it, it comes off as some sort of deity or something, but I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out soon enough.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Okay, I think I explored everything now. Okay. Well, she mentioned my room. Where is that? Okay, finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise metallic patterns, knots and loops of a seamstress craft from the ancient days. Beneath her needle, a body clenched and shuddered, shaking on the wooden table. Her fascination pushed me further until she turned her blank face towards me, resting the needle in his flesh. Fine tone she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and now it is your turn to be mended. Okay, that's creepy. Excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathan Bile, shaking with outrage, how dare you, sir, clothed in my very home, I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Chigian. Prince Cosler moving closer. That is a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me alone. Nobel stammering, citing the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. And Colisaire smiled coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Baal. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As proven, I have developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping, oh my, Colisaire, your skin is so warm it burns. Okay, that's an odd one.
Attention all citizens.
Then again, it's an excerpt. We don't really know all of it. Okay,
unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
Okay, this one's a bit longer. Excerpt from the travel journal of a whaler in his final years. A gaffer's somewhere, Garrett, the main character from Thief, is saying people actually pay money to watch this stuff. After more than a quarter of a century, I'm done whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the isles and made more coin than most men seen a lifetime, but it's gone. I've lived through the Emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young Empress, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've seen, let me see, I've eaten in every port of the known world, sailed the loneliest waters you can imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandacia, and even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back to me across my dreams of a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during her visit when she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barster. I was 100 miles east of Morlaix, gaffed, hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early stages of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world had beaten me. Well, that's sad. Reminds me a bit of King Haggard from, what is it, The Last Unicorn. Kind of that whole I can never be happy sort of deal. Excuse me. Today, since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer, they have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Pierre spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo, can he actually break out of Cold Ridge? And if so, is what here, personally, I give him the odds of 1 in 5. Okay. Okay, this is the first volume of this. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving our home behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we'd always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a stable inheritance. We spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to the Thavian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I've ever done, and I saw as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As apprentices to the Gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so, as the wind and pounding waves racing after a wounded whale being pulled off a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the past 7 years. It was going to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Oh boy. It's kind of sad, like having read the ending of that first. Hang on 1 second. Okay. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Gristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and admirals who command them. The event of the grenade, harpoon gun, whaling was an incredibly dangerous profession. Yep, and it still is, honestly. And, of course, now it's very few places condone whaling, and the places that do, because, of course, endangered species. It's not right. It's something we've moved past really most of the need for, and a lot of species of whale are endangered because of it. Let's see. Okay, I will. Let me see. Family dynasties are made by captains who track down, let me see, who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Marley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Gristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard of the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing. Even as the ship returns to Dunwall, the crews can be seen working with their latest whale as the ship moves slowly to Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies, such as the Greaves Whaling House, suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun. So these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. So given the whale oil and stuff, okay.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Huh, that's cool. Were those things that actually existed at one point?
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. There's something distinguished about you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised. Did you know I'm distant kin to the late Empress and her line? Not close enough, sadly. I'll never be Emperor. Most of the nobility went straight over to the Lord Regent's side after the Empress died. Easiest thing to do. But to me, a noble birth requires a sense of loyalty. This city has fallen into ruin since the plague struck. These poor weepers moaning and bleeding from the eyes. They say there's no cure for the plague once it advances that far. Terrible.
Okay, I think that's all the dialogue he has.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Your room in the loft should assure your privacy. Lord Pendleton was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, but there was a great shuffling of the aristocratic families. My lord was attacked by vipers from all sides.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of...
I understand you were once welcome at court before the murder. May I say I am relieved to have another man here who knows the courtly world.
Stay alert and stay loyal.
Yeah, that is true. I like that the technology is a bit fantastical and kind of steampunky. I like steampunk. Like, that's an aesthetic that I really, really like. Which is one reason I like the Artificer in D&D. I'm not playing an Artificer, I'm playing a Druid. But part of that is because there was already an Artificer in our party, so... That, and I liked Druid. It worked with the character I wanted.
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right. Admiral Havelock made it very clear that we aren't to carry lamps outside. Maybe you haven't seen much of it, but the city has changed a great deal after the Empress died. Since the Lord Regent took over, the city watch is best avoided. Most people try not to go outside at all. We can't leave the pub. I've nowhere to go anyway. My apartment was in the flooded district.
Okay, let's see. Sokolov's elixir promotes robust health and fitness. Protect your family and ravages of the plague. Not sure if it protects from the ravages of the plague, but it definitely healed me up, so... He's skilled in the sensual arts. I believe crematorium and fluid works. Blue powder, best quality, James & Co. Preston Club. Gleaves lighting oil. Bioshock Atom. Yeah, I can see it. Disinfectant fluid, fine quality. It depends on the situation. Though, a funny thing, in real life that has some validity because some people are just really weird in their biology. Like, for example, Ozzy Osbourne. I think I don't have to explain who Ozzy Osbourne is, but well, okay, I might. Some people here probably are younger than, are a bit younger than that. You know, the rock star, the calls himself the Prince of Darkness. He's a mutant, actually. He possesses a weird genetic mutation that basically means he is not affected.
I'll be crafting your weapons.
He is not affected at all by, like, his body. Okay, I'll let this guy talk. His body has some weird mutation.
The tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there is a terrible mess. There's no now has plenty of stuff to read. Yeah, I figured.
But basically, Ozzy Osbourne has a genetic mutation that lets his body process alcohol and drugs way more efficiently than a normal person, which is how he's not dead. So something like that can actually happen, where some person has this random genetic mutation that lets them process things that would kill a normal person. Let me see. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tavia, the crew hauled a female aboard, some 42, feet in length. I estimated she weighed 35 tons, and the ship set low, rocking to side through the night with her thrashing. That's disturbing. By candlelight, I took her apart, stretching and taking notes. Against her belling, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her neck. Within, I found row upon row of embaling running along her upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assume she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Okay, so whales in this universe are very clearly not like whales in our universe.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Well, that's unnerving in many, many ways. Holy crap, you're right, there is a lot of stuff to read here. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship from several smaller boats, buoys to keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail. Usually they hoist the creature up to the deck, up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as men get them onto the deck and lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to Port Dunwall. Crew works on the great capture, slicing off the fattest parts while it still lives. That is disturbing on so many levels. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regards to the supply of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. The tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, and the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once the refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be taken and used in handling the fill tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Glees Oil Company has done something correctly, for once. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis. Okay, so no, that's not us. The dead counter is a position that only be given to officers, usually of junior and middle grades. In most matters of edict and curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, the dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers by the common populace. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. The pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 times half the normal pay grade. Okay, this is disturbing on many, many levels. But that's just like the universe, I guess, that this takes place in. Let me see. Failed experiments. Excerpt from lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Japan. Of course, I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's design. Of course, why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all parts of the community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to be to a fruitful line of consideration by how does one say our intellectual subordinate. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the clamor of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. Further, it is true that many of our experiments have failed. No need to gossip about that behind my back in your social clubs, the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risk. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or the wall of light. Your laughter and your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Okay. The Hound Pits. Oh, dog fights. I do not like dog fighting. Whale oil tax, Piero's remedy. To stop sickness and to improve the emotional energy of women, cures tuffet fever and chest colds. So this is kind of a retro sort of universe. That's yeah, I'm being careful with this because otherwise it might explode and that would be bad.
Perfect. Now plug it in. Just get it near the receptacle. Magnetism will do the rest.
At least they have the guts to show how the culture was. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them.
So in other words, I'm going to be Batman.
The fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Some lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Okay, peripheral vision is horrible in this thing. I'll fix. Gonna take a couple of these. Grenade, don't really intend to use that. Okay, crossbow accuracy, lower suppression stabilizes aim. Mask optics allow you to magnify your view, that sounds useful. Let's save some money for now.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you...
There's going to be the shopkeeper and craft your upgrades. There are occasional other shopkeepers you can meet on mission, but Pierre is the only one that can upgrade your equipment. Okay.
Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Okay. It is through no articles from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has repressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy. I knew a name I did not choose, if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its message, a usual message of idiocy. Her coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague now making its way through the city of Dunwall is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it with the blood of within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect, elegant in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, mine own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit, and it is this way my formula wins. Here is what one should pay attention to in this context, for you see, Sokolov's elixir, emphasis on the brute animal body, is cross goo better suited for livestock. Secret variance is the key ingredient, making up Piero's remedy ensures that it works in a higher function that separate mankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in Wrenhaven River. Okay. Let me top off my... One of the advantages of Sokolov's technology is that they share the same magnetic socket. For the tanks to be processed the way oil they use as fuel, when the tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even the lower guardsmen of the city watch can handle the task. There's the arc pile and the wall of light security systems, as well as the powered carriages used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. This downside of Sokolov's design is the volatility of the tanks themselves. Incidents have occurred resulting in damage to property or bodily harm of whoever whenever the tank has exploded. I'll be a nice guy and stick this back up in the thing. Where is it? There you go, dude. I filled your tank back up for you. No, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal terrenior. What's wrong with the metals in Gristal? King Sparrow's feathers. If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy, everything you needed was paid off for by a tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve of your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special orders. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins. No one is going to miss any of the old odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havoc. Okay, so I think that's everything. I don't know what he... Oh yeah, he was working on my mask. I mean, it's a cool mask. Okay, where's the...
You've met Piero. Good.
Do not attempt.
You'll want to get some rest now. You'll be needed soon.
Who shows signs of blood on their face and chest.
Lord Pendleton's servant, Wallace, awaits you upstairs. He can show you to your chambers.
They will be
Sleep
taken
well.
to the flooded district for treatment.
I think this is mainly based off the Black Plague. Like, that seems to be what they are going for.
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I.
Okay. What's this?
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded districts. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
So now we have a mask. Also, you can find blueprints later, which grants you new items. Oh, that's okay. That's cool. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Where are we? Like in some sort of eldritch abyss of some sort. Okay. Is Scarecrow here? Is this like a scare? Okay.
Hello, Corvo. Your
hello?
life has taken a turn, has it not?
Who are you?
The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you.
Okay, so this is the outsider.
Come find me.
Okay. Blink. To execute a fast, stealthy teleport dash through the world. And also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb. Oh, shoot. You cannot save her, you cannot save her. Okay. Okay, so we're seeing things that I could not have otherwise seen. Because she was taken to this man, whoever, I think that's the regent, who, from the sound of it's our big bad. They're planning something. Is this military? Like, there's ships everywhere. Are they, like, planning to take over the world or something? Also, that is a whale. Ah, okay. Okay, so War of the Worlds style, kind of Half-Life style walkers. Okay. So I can teleport now, that's cool. I take it I want to be careful with how I use these weird supernatural powers I now possess.
Days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands.
Oh, okay.
With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. The heart is talking through my controller. Can you guys hear it? I mean, you can see the subtitles, so you know that what it's saying, but I don't know if you can actually hear it because it's coming through my...
Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Greater songs of comfort and darkness not by deed. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. In this place is their doom. I can feel the great age ending.
Okay.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky.
Okay, so I can read people's minds and stuff. Okay.
The one who walks here is all things. Greater songs of comfort and darkness not by deed.
Okay, don't know where I'm supposed to go right now. Oh. So basically we're a warlock now, I guess, because our power is granted by the outsider, so... Okay. See, dark vision. You can see in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their fields of vision. Representations of the sounds they make are also visible. Okay, so detective vision, more or less. See in the dark. You see in the dark and see living things through walls, including their fields of vision. The addition of sounds that you make are also useful. That seems very useful. Allows controls of animal targets for a short duration, so I can possess animals. Bend time. Slows time for a short duration. Level 2 stops time, so the little. Devouring Swarm. Okay, not getting that one. Not getting that one. Powerful wind that knocks down enemies and shatters doors. Unaware enemies don't see you turn, who don't see you turn to ash as soon as they die. Agility. Jump height is increased and falling. Okay, that's just a general buff. That's just a general all-around buff. Beautiful fatality, melee fatalities. Health is increased. Okay, I think I'm going to take Dark Vision, because Dark Vision is just a very useful power for a stealth game. Fun fact, another fact with the D&D campaign that we finally realized, only 3 members of our...
as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
So yeah, we're a warlock now. But, we realized that we have a very large party. Only upgrading Blink will also be very helpful, so does just getting agility. Yeah, I figured. Turns out most of our party has dark vision. Like, we did not realize this, but only like 2 or 3 people in our entire party don't in some way have dark vision. And we kind of realized that that's sort of hilarious. Right, okay. Any sign of blood in the eyelids or cheeks. It wasn't a dream. Okay, that looks... Oh, it only costs some mana to activate it. It doesn't actually cost mana to maintain it. Okay, that's really useful. Okay, anyway, that's where we'll end it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next... Okay, what do these do? Supernatural benefits. Locate them by listening to the song they meant. By default, you can activate up to 3 bone charms at once. Okay, we'll look at these next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase.